Hello my friends, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, and once again I'm in my kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about food processors. Yes, food processors. This is a Cuisinart food processor, model number DLC-8F. I got this food processor way back in 1982. To be specific, June of 1982, it was purchased brand new out of the box. I've had it that length of time, which today, being 2020, is nearly 38 years. It works. There's only a couple of issues with it, and that being that some of the parts have started to break down. And because of the age of this food processor, it's very, very hard to find parts to replace some of the broken, necessary parts of this machine. And to be honest, I've been online looking and I haven't found anything. The closest I found to it was a model number that was a little bit different, and they wanted something like $70, $80 for just the bowl. Let me show you what's wrong with this food processor. If I put it on, it does not immediately come on. But then I have to push down on it to get the motor to move. And that becomes very, very distressing when you're trying to process foods and you have to hold on to it to push it into work. So why is that? And that's because this bowl is a little warped. It's broken, and it doesn't fit on the base evenly, so that when you pushed it down, this doesn't go into the little hole here to make it work. You have to hold it down to do that. That's the only problem with it. Join me in my unboxing of my brand new Cuisinart Elemental 13-cup food processor and dicing kit. Actually, what made me buy this was not that that I really needed to replace my food processor immediately, my old one, my 1982 model, but because of the price. It was on sale. Regular price was $149.99, and it was $40 off. $109.99, couldn't pass that up. And actually, when you think about it, it was probably more cost-effective to purchase a brand new machine than to pay an exorbitant price for just a bowl of an older model, which would have been a used bowl. In addition, who knows how long my motor on my old machine would have worked. And not that I'm trying to justify buying this, but those are considerations that I made. Some of the things that this does is the 550 watt motor. It has two bowls, so it has a small bowl, which is a 4.5 cup, and then it has a large bowl. So depending upon what size of processing you need to be done, use one or the other. It can dice most things that my other one could, and it has a lot of different attachments to go with it that might be interesting to use. And of course, it's packed very well. The usual things. Oh, look at that. A little spatula. That's interesting. And on the box, it even has important unpacking instructions. Let's start with the motor. That's cute. And actually what I do like about it is that it is a pewter color or stainless looking. The base is plastic. but it will match my kitchen. And we've got oh, that's interesting. It's got little suction cups on the bottom so that when you have it on the counter, it won't move around. That's cute. And of course, the manual tells you that you should read it first before you open it up and start playing with it, but that's just not me. What do we have here? Storage for some of the attachments. And that's good because usually what I would have done, I would have had all this stuff in little plastic bags and just in the cupboard. But now they're right here in a little storage vessel. Imagining that goes in there somehow or other. So these attachments are called a dicing kit. And this is a dicing grid cleaning tool. This is a flat work bowl cover with a small pusher and dicing storage case cover. This is a dicing disc. They call this a dicing grid. And as we speculated, this is a dicing storage case. So all of these components fit right in. Turn it that way. That's my dicing kit storage container. Let's continue looking at what's in this box. This is described as an accessory storage case. Love it. Love it, love it. No more plastic bags. Store all the little components and attachments to go with this machine. It's got an open and a lock. Let's go through what all these attachments are, starting with number 6, which would be this. It's a small chopping or mixing blade. This is the dough blade. This is the large chopping or mixing blade. This is an adjustable disc. Caution, very sharp blade. This is the stem adapter, and that's so that all these attachments will fit on the food processor. And this is a reversible shredding, so you can use the one side or the other side, depending on what you're doing. And once again, this is the attachment storage container, which does lock. And now let's look at the last component in the box. And this looks like, well, I know it is. This is the bowl. And there are a number of attachments to this bowl. This is the pusher assembly, and it actually locks, so you unlock it to pull that out, put it back in, and you can lock it. I'll have to see what the benefit of that is. There are a lot of safety features with this machine. Number one is that the bowl has to be on the machine the way that it was described in the instructions. And you'll notice I cannot take the bowl off with the top on it. I have to first take off the cover, and then the bowl will release. It will not come off or on without the cover on it and in the right position. So now it's in the right position. The importance of reading the directions. But as I say, I learn by doing, trial and error. So once again, in order for this machine to turn on, all the pieces have to be in place. And if a piece is not in the right position, it will not come on. The other thing I found interesting is that this bowl will not attach unless the cover is off. So first, put it on. Then you attach the cover. And then it will come on. You cannot take it off without first taking off the cover also. Sound, it makes just as much noise as regular food processors, so there's no getting off with that. But anyway, this is my new little toy, and I have to do some playing with it. These are the components of the Cuisinart food processor with the dicing kit. This is the dicing kit, and it's also a storage container. This is the storage container for the blades. This is the actual food processor, and it also has a 4.5 cup bowl in there, in addition to the 13 cup. It also came with this handy dandy little plastic scraper and an instruction manual.